Ali and Anna Abu-Laban were one of the beloved couples in the English-speaking segment of TikTok. On social networks, the young couple seemed happy, joking, dancing, and recording uplifting videos with their little daughter. However, fans were shocked when it became known that Anna was found dead and her husband is accused of this. Do you know what to do? Sit down, dear ones, because this scary. Information about who Ali and Anna were before they started meeting and became friends differs. Ali Abu-Laban comes from a family of Palestinian immigrants who moved to the United States of America and settled in Staten Island. According to one version, he finished college and worked as an analyst in an information technology company. According to another, after college he became a soldier and was sent to a United States military base located on Okinawa Island. And it was there that he met Anna Marie, a girl from a family of Filipinos who lived in Japan. Anna's parents also worked at that military base, so it's easy to see how they might have run into Ali there. Assuming all of this is true, and he really did serve there, the couple fell in love and moved to the States almost immediately. But according to another version, Anna met Ali already in America, and the military base didn't figure in their acquaintance at all. Regardless of the truth, the past of this couple doesn't really affect the events that happened later. Whether Ali served or not, it doesn't matter. I suggest paying attention to those details that definitely repeat in all sources and move on. It's clear that Anna and Ali met when they were 22 and 23 years old, respectively. Friends describe the girl as cheerful and intelligent, who, in addition to her attractive appearance, also had a very bright personality. And it was this, not her appearance, that truly set her apart from others. Mr. Ali was always an extrovert and wanted to gain popularity. Whether it was as a speaker or an actor, it didn't matter. Mainly so that he would be recognized and his name was on everyone's lips. Rushing forward, I can say that the man succeeded. His name was indeed on everyone's lips. In the first year of their marriage, Anna became pregnant, and the couple had a wonderful daughter, Amara. And in 2017, the young people got married. He had his own accounts on Instagram and YouTube, but he paid the most attention to TikTok. There he was registered under the nickname Jin Kit and published comedic parodies and skits, in which he transformed into Donald Trump, Barack Obama, and others. Ali posted one video after another, but it didn't bring him much popularity as he expected. But in 2019, one of Ali's videos suddenly went viral, so to speak, and his subscriptions and popularity skyrocketed. He quickly gained 171,000 subscribers on YouTube, 260,000 on Instagram, and almost 1 million on TikTok. At the same time, his friend Anna was less successful in terms of social media. And in principle, she was not convinced whether she needed the popularity there and what to do with it. Her aspirations were more realized there thanks to Ali. The girl's content was mostly made up of photos and videos from the gym. Both Ali and Anna published content that emphasized how good they were together and how cool it was to be in relationships without any abuse or problems at all. And the fact that they occasionally showed their daughter in their videos meant that this was not just a couple in a healthy relationship, but a truly happy family. There may be another level. After the young couple got acquainted, they spent a lot of time in Virginia. But he described this period as an American dream when their family had everything they could wish for. However, in 2021, they moved to San Diego, which is in California. Why? But Ali says that Anna asked him about it. Even in San Diego, her friends lived. On the other hand, moving to California was beneficial for him as well. California is the perfect place for those who crave fame, wealth, and entertainment. So, in the winter of 2021, the family moved to San Diego, and not just anywhere there. They settled in the best apartments they could find, in the best neighborhood right in the center of the city. It's not surprising that the media speculate that Ali could earn nearly $500,000 a year. She could hardly believe it herself. Everything was wonderful, as if looking at the homeland through the prism of a dream. But if you were to delve into the nuances of their friendly life, or knew only the closest, then now the shadows of grief began to emerge. The point is that behind the happy smiles and the photos on social media, unhealthy and toxic relationships were hiding. But from the first days of acquaintance, he was simply captivated by Anna. For example, in the first weeks of their relationship, when the girl was calling her friends and the mobile was near him, he willingly answered the call instead of Anna. But not to simply say that Anna can't take or pass a greeting or something like that right now. No, he didn't want Anna to talk to anyone but him. She was supposed to belong to him only. So Ali Abu-Laban describes Anna's childhood friend in the name of Casey Conroy. And after moving to San Diego, the situation only got worse with each day. It bothered him more and more that Anna was spending time and not just with him. He rudely interrupted her conversations with everyone, cutting off phone calls and intruding into her dialogues with friends mid-conversation. No wonder he didn't get along with Anna's friend Ali. They blamed the man for his egotistical despotism, which in addition to constantly annoying, was as popular as he was. He's a rotten guy. You can't say anything good about him. All I can say is, he's an egoist. He's obsessed with Casey Conroy. Even Anna's friends didn't like him because they were convinced, but he constantly betrayed his friendship. But even this did not limit him. It's hard to say where and when he first tried forbidden substances. But whether or not Ali Abu-Laban was addicted to a white substance that is sniffed through the nose, and it wasn't to be a great mystery. Once during a stream, he simply took out some white powder and sniffed it. Just like that. Indeed, the users then thought it was some kind of dark comedic parody, but the joke clearly went too far and became uncomfortably realistic. The very next day, Ali apologized for the incident and admitted that it was indeed inappropriate. However, the blogger's words didn't seem to matter much. He simply told his followers what they wanted to hear and continued living life as he wanted. Despite his words, he also became rich, very rich, just by drinking. But he talks on social media as much as he loves his girlfriend and as much as he hates her friends. He confessed that he feels lonely. Even his family doesn't support him and they don't communicate. During this period, it became increasingly important for the man to prove who he really is. He appeared on streams regularly with a bottle and drank. Moreover, he did this even during the broadcast. As such, followers noticed that Ali was unusually thin and overall emotionally unstable. They continued to support him through it all and encouraged him to relax and stay strong to get through this difficult period of life. Ali's twin brother, Louis Marinari, tried to cheer him up, to talk heart to heart. During a sit-down at Ali's bar, his phone rang. He started to show off pictures of his girlfriend and talk about how much he misses her. And it wasn't some sweet scrolling, like, oh, look how hot she is. He just looked at the screen and said she wouldn't be with anyone but him, and also that he wouldn't let her go. The next time she met her brothers, she took an unexpected turn. Ali put the bag with the white stuff he was sniffing and just threw it in the middle of the bar on the table. When I say bag, I mean a straight bag, not a pouch, full of stuff. His brother freaked out, saying, "Are you crazy? They'll just throw us out and bring the cops and all that." To which Ali calmly stated, quoting, "I'm a genie. I can do whatever I want. Nobody can stop me. I'm a genie." Early in the morning, Anna called the police and told them that her husband had just disappeared right in front of their little daughter's eyes. The child was not hurt, but she herself received minor injuries. And to add to that, Ali still had a gun and threatened her with it. However, the blogger was not arrested. He somehow managed, but what happened additionally upset the boy. He didn't expect that a friend could betray him in principle. The more they discussed their issues, the deeper they fell into despair. But he went so far as to portray Anna simply as a victim of the times. He accused her of using him to stay in America, even though she is not a United States citizen herself, calling it outrageous like censorship, a wipeout. And how many such arguments and accusations were there behind the cameras and streams, it's hard to even imagine. And apparently from July to October 2021, Anna called the police 9 times. Once after an attack by Ali, Anna ran to the neighbors across the street and asked them to call the police, since the man had taken her phone. And the attackers were not detained. The rest of the girl's life is expected to be a torment. And she raised the issue of divorce. This happened on October 18th. But he waited and went on. He settled in a hotel and his girlfriend with a daughter stayed to live in the apartment. But just before leaving, Ali made a duplicate of the keys. Anna apparently did not know about this. The girl's friends also assert that she tried to get a restraining order so that Ali could not approach her. But the defense attorneys say that there was no such thing and they did not find any documents that would confirm this. So either way, Ali did not seem to care. He probably didn't even think about it. The man called Anna every day and left messages, in which he asked to take the hearing, called her friends to find out where his girlfriend was, and constantly sought meetings. All the time, Ali's brother tried to calm him down and said, man, forget about her already, find someone else. But Ali didn't see anyone else for himself except for Anna, because he was genuinely in love with her. Everyone, when I was going through these problems, seemed to me feeling, you have to leave her. I know I have to leave her. They said, dude, you're famous, you can be with any model. I know, but I don't want to. I want my girlfriend. So, today's dialogue is courtesy of Ali Abu-Laban. On the morning of October 21st, 2021, when Annie was not at home, Ali, using duplicate keys, entered the apartment and installed on the girl's tablet an add-on that allowed him to see almost everything that happens in the apartment. Later that day, when Anna returned home, she invited her friend 29-year-old Ray Baran over. Ali apparently found out about this, and he just lost his temper. He took a pistol, got into his car, and drove to Anna's apartment. Having a duplicate key, Ali easily entered the apartment where he found Anna and Baran. The guy almost killed the girl. Then Ali approached them and, as the prosecutor claims, started shooting. First at Baran, then at Anna. Around 15:10 that same day, Abu-Laban called the police. He told the dispatcher that he had come to his wife's house, and when he entered the apartment, he found 2 bodies. The dispatcher asked him to stay put and wait for the officers. But he left the house, got in the car, and went to the school where his daughter was studying to pick her up. When she saw her father, she asked, "Where's Mom?" To which Ali replied, "I hurt your mother." After that, Ali put the child in the car and headed towards the international highway. The prosecutor's office stated that the man admitted to his mother that he had killed 2 people. 45 minutes after the call, the police arrested Ali Abu-Laban. He claimed that he was innocent and had nothing to hide from the officers. Just because he's in a car on the highway doesn't mean he's fleeing. He just wants to take his daughter to a safe place. That same day, a pistol was found in Ali's car. And in the apartment where his girlfriend lived, they found Mr. Barron's body with gunshot wounds to the chest and Anna's body with a bullet in her head. The blogger was quickly accused of double murder. However, he defended himself and claimed that Anna and Barron were already dead when he entered the apartment. His lawyer advised him not to engage with the press, but Ali really wanted to. In his opinion, he had to show everyone his other side. And in a strange sense, he managed to do it. Ali gave an interview to an American media outlet where he was not as before, describing what happened on June 21st. The TikToker now claimed that Anna and Barron were alive when he found them in the room. And he said that he was not at all worried about his daughter when he heard a strange man's voice through the intercom on the iPad. In the new version, when Ali entered the apartment, he found Anna on the couch with Mr. Barron passionately kissing. "I saw her kissing Reem, and it was on my couch. His feet were on my table. He was with my wife, my money, my apartment, my life, in the building where my daughter sleeps, on the furniture that I assembled. What do you expect from a man? How should he feel? Happy? Think that this is the end of my marriage? No, this is my family." And Abu-Laban said that his main goal, was to save his homeland, which was slipping through his fingers. He summed it all up in these words: "I'm not breathing, I'm sinking, I'm wasting my life away." Then Ali realized that he was really consuming words in large quantities. And they saw his brain and realized that he was becoming aggressive and unstable. Then Ali realized that the fame he had gained in the media had somehow changed him. Speaking what his family thinks of him means nothing, because they always look down on him. Regardless, the evidence presented in court remained consistent. But he didn't even come close to that loving man, full of life, whom you could trust, who would always help, in whom everything was good, as he showed himself through social networks. On the contrary, he was a harsh, egoist abuser who always exploded when something didn't go according to his plan, especially when it came to his girlfriend, Anne. Such a difference in perception and treatment always surprised the fans of Jim Kita. Some of them simply refused to believe that a seemingly happy marriage could turn into such a nightmare and end in tragedy. There is a stereotype that left-handers are crude people of lower class, but this is not always true. Most left-handers are neighbors, cohabitants. And the fact that they can behave calmly, collectedly, and confidently in public absolutely does not mean that they will not harm, explains Julie Owens, an independent consultant on violence against women issues. Even more, for a person who is above all trying to control, it is important not only to have control over those who are in order, but also to control their image and self-perception. Such men often specifically emphasize in social networks that they are good men, says Leigh Goodmark, a law professor and director of the Clinic Against Gender Violence at the University of Maryland. Given that Ali and Anna were public figures, this could have been an additional pressure. Victims of domestic violence who are currently visible find it difficult to bring to light the reality they are dealing with. This shatters the image of an ideal world in which they supposedly live, in which they have made thousands of other people believe in. Today, Ali is behind bars, and instead of TikTok filters, he's facing the grim reality of prison life. The blogger was forbidden to communicate with his daughter, although in an interview, he called his little daughter Amara Abu-Laban, saying that he most regrets the hours when he was constantly filming videos. That's all I have. This is my child. I love what I do. Maybe Ali still wants to post a video from Jim Kidda. The blogger has no right to go under the influence because, in the opinion of the court, he can escape to Crimea, the court considers, but it can be unsafe for society, even under the time of the court hearing. But he did not give up on aggressive statements. My life is ruined. I never wanted this. Why are you in such a hurry? Especially shocking was the fact that he announced the following, that he was right. Investigators found that Anna and Ray, who reportedly were also shot by Ali, had romantic encounters. Such assumptions they made, focusing on the correspondence of Anna and Ray in the social networks. Detective. Anna invited Ray to their hotel. Ali Abu-Laban, Curve, Judge, Mr. Abu-Laban, Ali Abu-Laban. I apologize, this has become news to me. Ali Abu-Laban is threatened with either 25 years imprisonment or life, or even the death penalty. I want to stay, whether it happens or not. Technically, the death penalty exists in California and is in effect today, but in fact, no one has been executed there for the last 17 years. Moreover, in 2019, the governor of California even imposed a moratorium on the death penalty. Also, if Ali is found guilty, he will most likely spend the rest of his life behind bars. The next court hearing was scheduled for April 2023. However, I did not find any information about the final verdict. To those who watched this entire video, thank you. You're the best. Take care of yourself, your mental and physical health, and we'll see each other.